Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to Modern Skyblocks 2. So, we're picking back up not too long after last episode. When we covered bees, I did do a little bit of building outside, working on this, and I did do a bit of structure around the top, and started working on that as well as laying out the floor plan for this actual entry floor. Because the floor that we've been in most of the time, I'm considering that the basement. Like, this is like a subfloor type area. Even though it's kind of ground level, but I don't know. It's like a basement that's ground, I don't know. I know some houses have that, like where they have a ground level basement on one side, and then this side it's actually going to be raised, so it'll be technically a basement on this side, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, I was about to start actually doing some framing on the front, some work on that, and adding some detail work, because right now it's just a big square. Going to start doing that, and probably start some real chisels and bits, which is going to be fun. But anyways, today we are going to be working on a bit of progression. If you recall, episode before last, we did go ahead and get the atomic reconstructor and kind of got this thing set up. And the next thing that we're going to start doing is we're going to kind of jump back into the guidebook. We're going to start evilcraft today. We'll also probably get into a little bit of actual additions. I would like to go ahead and make the, at least start working towards, what are you doing over here? At least start working towards the Empowerer, but honestly it's not a major rush until we get some more stuff in evilcraft and calculator and whatnot done. That's the primary concern at the moment. So anyways, let's go ahead and jump into evilcraft, and the first thing that we are going to be going for is the blood, what's it called? Blood extractor. So this thing right here, it requires a dark gem, some glass, and I believe it can be any color. Yes. And then spikes, which is just iron and dark gem. So let me go ahead and grab that, and we'll grab this. And combine these two together. We'll get our spikes, and we'll grab one more dark gem and some of this glass. For whatever reason, when I empty out, and it's only whenever I first empty out this this crate, now that carry-on doesn't work anymore, whenever I empty this out, wow, that's a lot of copper. I was hoping for more osmium, but I haven't had too much luck. I'm starting to run out of osmium. I think I have like 1 or 2 or something like that. But for whatever reason, when I first empty the storage crate, it sends glass over here. Even though it's set to not allow glass, it does it anyways. And I don't really know how it manages that, but it does. It does pull it off somehow. But anyways, that's fine. Let's go ahead, craft this thing. Second age achievement. And with this thing, what we can do is we can start gathering blood. We can hold it in our inventory when we're slaying mobs, and it'll get blood. We can shift right click to extract blood from the ground. Anywhere that something has fallen to its death, and I've actually got a few places over here that we're going to be collecting from. So we'll just shift right click. We got 400 blood. And I think most of these deaths are mine. And a lot of it has to do with the return home thing. And then also just falling off. But some of them are mobs, so it's not all me that has died. I think that's all. I think just those 3. I've been wanting to clean those up, but I think that's it. Now, one other way that we can get blood, which I think we are going to do, is if we pop, let me go through here, and let's go into our subfloor. We've actually got quite a bit of blood, though. 1,960. That's not too bad. There we go. And I can just hang out inside of this, and it's going to deal damage to me steadily, and it's going to make blood. But you'll notice, it's not really doing enough damage to be much of a concern, and we're building up blood in here. It's really not all that much, though. I think probably killing mobs would be quicker. So I'll tell you what we're going to do instead, is we're going to kind of retrofit our mob system to suit our needs. So we're just going to turn off the redstone signal on those. It's going to stop our mob mashers. And we'll just go ahead and turn off all the lights so that mobs can spawn. And honestly, this is going to... We're going to get a lot of blood fairly quickly from this. So I'm just going to give them a second to spawn. And while we're waiting, let's go ahead and look at the blood... what is it? Blood infuser, right? Yes. This is what we're going to need. We're going to need cobblestone and a blood infusion core, which is hardened blood shards. So what we're going to need is we're going to need to get ourselves a drying basin, which we've made these before, just iron, wood, and any kind of black dye. So let's get 2, 3, 4, 5 of those, and then we'll get an ink sac. And it was just 2 pieces of iron, okay. And there's our drying basin. And I will probably end up moving this stuff upstairs because I'm going to put the evilcraft stuff all upstairs. But for right now, this will work. We'll just right-click that into there, and the drying basin is going to start drying that blood for us. So we're basically getting a big chunk of just congealed blood. Alright, and now we've got mobs here. Let's go ahead and kill some of these guys. I hate skeletons in the more recent versions because they love to dodge. Oh, but this is filling up our blood extractor so fast. It's crazy. Oh, there's another one just dodging me. Okay. But anyways, our blood extractor is now filled. 5,000 millibuckets. It doesn't take very long at all. And for right now, since that's filled, I'm going to leave that glass open because we're going to be needing more blood, I'm sure. But for right now, I'm just going to do this, turn this thing off. And I'll go ahead and turn the bomb mashers on because there's still some mobs that can spawn. I need to add more lamps to the top, and I need to have it all connected to like a central redstone circuit, but I'm kind of waiting for actually additions, I think, for that, or something with some kind of wireless redstone. So let's see, it looks like this is done. Let's go ahead and grab that, our hardened blood, and we'll go ahead and just smelt this up. Just throw it into there. Okay, and then our blood infuser. We're going to need a dark power gem. So what we're going to do, let's get something to lay out like a little pool with. And I'm going to go with, I'm just going to grab some of these onyx speckled bricks for now. And we'll put this, for right now, we're going to put it up here. That'll be fine. So what we're going to do is just lay out like a little pool here. Kind of in this shape, like a Soul Shards Reborn kind of shape. And just right-click our blood onto the ground there. We can just break it so it doesn't harden. Let me go ahead and sleep. Because I know Nikki's working on bees, and then I've got some bees running. I've been working on getting our iron bees, as well as working towards our gold bees. So, they definitely take a little while. Even though it's like a 12% chance, it's like, it still takes forever, it feels like. It's like it hardens. I might be able to like cover up the top of it. There we go. Dark power gem. It's oops. It's gonna be so much cheaper now though because we can just use 250 millibuckets instead of using 5,000 millibuckets for the dark power gem. So, all right, let's go ahead. And I will say that evilcraft is a mod. I have not extensively played with this mod. This is one mod in the pack that I have not used a whole lot. I'm excited to use it, but I haven't really ever gotten the chance to really dive into it, so I'm kind of excited for that. But if I make blunders along the way, bear with me, because I'm fairly new to this. I'm going to throw this hardened blood shard into a drawer, I think. That's why I built out this big like storage area, because I mean a lot of these are small drawers, but a lot of this miscellaneous junk can just go in there. Okay, so what we're going to do then is take our dark power gem, wrap it with those blood shards, and we'll get our blood infusion core, and then we can use that with some cobblestone and get our blood infuser. Woo. Exciting, exciting. And there we go. Blood infuser. And we'll just set this right here. We'll set it right here for now. And let me go fill up our blood extractor, I think. Because basically what we're working our way towards, because right now I'm trying to go through a little bit more progression so we can get into some kind of good sorting system and conduits, you know. Normally I try not to rush through packs, but item ducts just aren't cutting it. And transfer nodes are kind of limited in the way that they work. So, we're working our way up through this. We'll be going at a fairly brisk pace. So to make empowered restonia crystals, there's 3 major things that we're going to have to do. Okay, first up, apples. That's easy. Red nether bricks, also easy. But the blood orb, 3,500 blood, an empty orb, which is his class in iron. That's not a big deal. And then Promise of Tenacity, which is a bowl of promises, spider eye, and an iron promise acceptor, which is a block of iron, 10,000 millibuckets of blood. And then bowl of promises is filled bowl of empty promises, 5,000 blood. And that's just crushed dark gems, which we can make that. Bowl of empty promises is just dark power gems. Okay, so really, I mean, as far as making the empowered restonia, technically we could do that aspect of it. Now, another thing that we're going to have to do is get into fire diamonds, which is calculator, which is atomic calculator. It's basically just a lot of crafting to get up to that point. And then we're also going to have to nail down power, because these things do require a lot of power. 500,000 RF per empowered restonia crystal. Okay, and we're going to have to get those things automated fairly quickly after we get to where we can make them, once we have the, you know, a good ability to automate them. And by the way, right now I'm on the server. Zvir just got back on, and Garen Nikki LP, and G4NRIU. And I guess the next thing that we're going to do, now that we have this, I'm going to kind of keep working on the blood infusion. Really, it's just a lot of blood that we need at this point. It's just a ton of blood. Okay, I didn't get a whole lot of blood, but anyways, since we've got that part of stuff done, then we're going to turn our attention over towards the calculator mod. So what we're going for is fire diamonds. These require blaze rods, diamonds, or 2 blaze rods, and a flawless diamond. Flawless diamond is diamond plus atomic binder, which is atomic modules, which is singularities, and so on. I mean, these things, flawless diamonds are fairly involved. I mean, there's the diamond sapling, which is, you know, we'll get into that, because I do want one of those, because you can get the flawless diamonds using a sickle. But this crafting recipe is no thanks. I mean, it takes 2 diamonds right there. Atomic binder, atomic modules, all this stuff. So anyways, let's go for our atomic calculator. We'll go for this one. Let's see, we're going to have to get atomic assembly, which is advanced assembly, which is rich gold, reinforced iron, calculator assembly. Okay. Well, let's start from the bottom. Calculator assembly. It's 4 buttons, some polished stone from extra utilities, that's just stone bricks, and then steel mechanical component. I can't remember, do I have any stone or steel plates around here? And I tell you what, I threw 4 steel in there. Let me go ahead and throw a bit more, because I know we're going to need more of these than just that. So I'm going to go ahead and do like 16 in total to get that up and going. Okay, so now that that's running, anyways, what we're looking to get is the calculator assembly. Oh, these buttons. They're so involved. Clay, gravel, gets us button clay, and then sticks, gets us unfired stone button. Then we have to smelt it. Okay. And we'll get this going. I will say that calculator is not a mod that I'm terribly fond of. Like, I'm familiar with it, I've used it a bit, but I've never been fond of it. It's just not... It's like Project A to me. It's just one of those mods that really just doesn't make sense, doesn't belong. Like, at all. Okay, I didn't get nearly enough sticks, but we'll go ahead and start with 8 unfired stone buttons. That's going to make us 2 crafts worth of the assemblies, and then we'll just kind of play it by ear. This part is a lot of nested crafting, I have to say. So stone bricks, polished stone. Okay, and there we go, our 4 buttons are done, so we can make our calculator assembly, our first bit of that. Okay. And we're going to need a bunch more of this, aren't we? Honestly, I think just going straight for the atomic calculator would be the best route to go. Because what we're needing is fire diamond, that is atomic calculator, dynamic calculator, or flawless calculator. Which flawless calculator is going to be a little bit expensive. I think I would rather go first up for the atomic calculator. Okay, I got our blood extractor field. I'm going to go ahead and just dump all this into our blood infuser. So we've got a little bit of that built up. Oh. There we go. 5,000 blood in there at the moment. Okay, so let's start with the easier parts first. We'll just start laying out this recipe. So the reinforced stone, we're going to need just a standard calculator. This requires a calculator screen, which is steel nuggets, quartz glass. Okay, let's do that. Because we are going to have to work our way up just a little bit. And I think we got 26,000 Sardis quartz. I think I'm going to go with Sardis quartz for the glass. Let's go ahead and do 2, 3, 4, 5. Whatever. That's good. We'll go with 5 of these. And what all places can I crush this up in? Mechanism, crusher, pulverizer. You know what? No, I'm going to have to go with nether quartz, aren't I? I just realized there's not a grinder recipe on here. So, okay. Well, we'll start with nether quartz then. Because you can do quartz glass out of either one, you know. Let me just do like 60, because I really don't need the extra. I'm not going to go for 5 stacks. I was just like, well, I've got a bunch, so let's make a bunch of quartz dust. But, no, that's not the case. Oh, whoops. There you go. And it's going to start grinding that up for us. And while that's working through that, okay, we are going for just a standard calculator. Cobblestone, not a problem. The calculator assembly, we just made one of those. 2 buttons and a calculator screen, which is just steel nuggets. Okay, well there's our crushed quartz. So we'll go ahead and take that. And let's get our buttons. I'm going to have to make a bunch more buttons in a second. Let me go ahead and grab this gold as well. Buttons. I did make some gold since the last episode. So. Okay, and then steel nuggets. Let me grab that. Let me grab 4 pieces of glass. Quartz glass. There we go. And then our... oh yeah, steel nuggets. There we go. Okay. Then we'll get our calculator screen. And then I think that's just about everything, right? Yeah, just 5 pieces of cobble. I've noticed the recipes in this area are highly altered. Like, very, very highly altered. Alright, so here is our calculator. Okay, and I guess to charge this, I guess we're going to go with a power cube from calculator, which is just cobblestone and furnace. That seems like the best bet for right now. So let's do... There's our furnace, our cammonites. Luckily the power cubes are fairly cheap. Now I will say I looked at the advanced one. It's a little bit more expensive. It requires 8 redstone ingots around a power cube, which that is, of course, empowered restonia crystals. So we're still a little ways off from that. But power cube, I will definitely take it. And let's just come over here. And we'll just set this down, like, right here. And then what we can do is we can take our calculator and just put this into here on the plus sign. And... oh, sorry, it's a negative sign. Been a little while, but... anyways, it's going to start charging up our calculator for us. Now, if I recall, this one only has, like, 1,000 RF storage or something like that. For the standard calculator, the higher tier ones have a little bit more. Yeah, 1,000. Okay. I was like, watch it make a liar out of me, but I seem to remember it only being like 1,000. Okay, so we got our standard calculator. And then, back to looking at our atomic calculator, our reinforced stone. Okay, this is just cobblestone and planks, or you can do cobblestone and wood to get 4 reinforced stones. So that's what we're going to do, is go for the 4 at once. So cobblestone plus wood equals reinforced stone. Okay, basically you're doing a lot of like math, and somehow you make things with math. It's because of reasons, I don't know. So anyways, there's the reinforced stone. That part is done. Okay, diamonds, very easy. All we have to do is walk over to this drawer, left click 3 times, and then we've got 3 diamonds. So that's that part's easy enough. And then next up, okay, we've got the calculator screen. 6 steel nuggets, quartz glass. We've already made one of these before. Let's go see how our quartz dust is going along. 55 pieces. Wonderful. And we'll go ahead and get our calculator screen. There's that. And that's all the easy part of it done. All the easy stuff is out of the way now. So no need to worry. And I've got some more mobs over here. Let me go kill them. Alright, so atomic assembly. Here we go. We are going to need... How many calculator assemblies altogether? This makes 4. So we're going to need 4 calculator assemblies here. Man, I wish these made 4 at a time. I really, really do. And then these make 4 at a time. So altogether we're going to need 8 calculator assemblies. Once we get that, I mean, the rest of this stuff's not too bad. Enriched gold is enriched gold dust, and I think, let's see, that is gold plus redstone makes 4. So, it does go a long way. And then enriched iron is just iron plus reinforced stone. So not too bad. Let's... Ugh. So I'm going to need 8 calculator assemblies. Oh my gosh. Okay. That is a lot of steel. So I'm going to need... Let's see, I've got 3, so I'm going to need another 20 steel plates. Actually not that bad, I guess. But I really want a metal press from Immersive Engineering so badly. I will not say that that's going to be the first thing that I spend my first piston on. But it's going to be up there on the list, is that. I mean... Unless, I can't remember exactly. I know we can't do the Tech Reborn speed increases yet, but I mean, if we get those, I can't remember. I'll have to double check and see where those are at, but I'll just have to double check it. Okay, so buttons. Buttons, who got the buttons? Man, there's so many buttons that we're going to need. Okay, so altogether, we are going to need 8 of these things. 32 buttons. We've got 2 buttons, so we're going to need 30 more buttons. This is not even going to be enough. Okay, so let me get some more clay. Do we want to automate the clay or... I've got dirt. That's not a big deal. I have 1,500 dirt, so I think we're okay on that. I just make this stuff in mass. I've been meaning to automate it with this really interesting design that Ryan showed me. That he came up with on here, but I just haven't because I've just been taking it over to the thing and dumping it in. Okay, so like 22, I think is what we need. 22 more button clay. So there's 30. And then I'm going to need just an absolute ton of sticks. So I'm still going through all this acacia wood. And all this acacia wood that I've got it came from all of our old stuff that I tore down that was all like acacia. And then I turned all the slabs into... why am I not stack? That's weird. There we go. I turned all the slabs into blocks. So, alright, so there's the buttons. We've got the buttons done. We've got the steel being done. I just need all the polished stone. Alright, so let's just get a bunch of polished stone. That's probably the easiest part of all of it. Our steel is coming along. We still got to go through 10 more. Okay, let me go kill mobs real quick. Okay, we've actually got a fair amount of blood in here. So let's take a quick look at that restonia, the blood orb. Okay, the promise of tenacity, the iron promise acceptor. That is 10,000 blood. Okay, good. And the crazy thing is, okay, so whenever we finally get our empowered restonia, right? Then we can combine it with the reinforced iron. That part's super easy. And then we'll get a redstone ingot. Redstone ingot, we will finally be able to craft the elusive piston. Like, late mid-game. Okay, yeah. See, like, the advanced electronic circuits require that as well in the empowered pallies. Okay. I mean, I'm going to be crafting the restonia a block at a time. I'm not going to do a single piece at a time because that's just such a waste on resources, and with how expensive this stuff is. It takes a lot more power, like a whole lot more power to do the block, but I'd rather use the power than the resources because next episode we're going to be kind of hammering down power generation, so at least a little bit. Alright, so to make this, we're going to need 5,000 blood, then a bowl of empty promises. That's 3 dark gems. Okay, let's get some dark gems crafted. And We'll start with just 3 for now. I'm trying to be kind of good on my blood. So we'll throw that in there. It's going to start crafting. And then these 64, I'm going to go ahead and crush these up for crushed dark gems. And there we go. That's running. And I imagine our steel plates are probably done by now. Yes. Okay. Alright. So that's done. We'll go ahead and lay this out. There's our 8 steel mechanical components. And then, oh yeah, our buttons are probably done. There's 15. And 15. Okay. Haha. Calculator will not stop me. It shan't stop me. Okay, so that. There's our calculator assemblies. And I know I crafted too much polished stone. I just made a stack at a time. Okay, so that part is done. And then let's take a look at our calculator. Atomic calculator. This thing. Okay, we're going to need calculator assembly, diamond, and tanzanite. Okay. And that makes 4 at a time, so we really only need 1 craft of this. There's our diamond, and let's see about tanzanite. I have 16. 16, really? Which is fine. They said crushed stone, but no, it's netherrack. Because in the book, which that was why it made me stop for a second, because in the book it says, somewhere in here, to get the tanzanite needed for it, you could either grind stone or process lapis lazuli through an algorithm separator. It's actually netherrack, but that's fine. This part is done. We've got the atomic modules now. And then for the other part, the advanced assemblies, we're going to need reinforced iron, which of course is just the wood and the iron ingots. Or, I mean, the reinforced stone, not the iron ingots. And then enriched gold, which was that gold dust, which is gold plus redstone. Okay. So let's go ahead. Gold, redstone. So redstone, gold, our enriched gold, and then we'll just throw this into here. Get that smelting, and then for the reinforced stone, wood and cobblestone, there's that, and then I just need some iron. So iron plus reinforced stone gets us our reinforced iron ingots. And then this extra reinforced stone, I'm just going to dump this into over here. And then advanced assembly. There we go. And then all of these assembly pieces plus an emerald. And we'll get the last piece that we need for our atomic calculator. Haha. So many crafting steps involved with this. Okay, and then we just put that right into there. And there we go. Atomic calculator. And I think for right now, we'll just set it down right here. This stuff's all going to get moved upstairs because I'm going to have like a little calculator room with all of our calculators and stuff. That's what some of those small rooms up there are for. Just for little dedicated things like that. But let's take a look at that restonia. So what we're after is fire diamond. Fire diamond is diamond plus blaze rod plus diamond is how we're going to do it. That's fine. I'm going to go kill some mobs real quick. Okay, so our 3 dark power gems are done. I am, like, just about there for this part. For making that iron thing. Okay, so we've got the 3 dark power gems. Let's take a look. What was the blood orb? Promise of tenacity. The bowl of promises. Okay. So there's our bowl of empty promises. And then we just need that crushed dark gem. So I'm just going to pop over here. I'm going to grab that. And then the bowl plus the crushed dark gem gets us our filled bowl of empty promises. Okay. We are definitely getting somewhere. And we'll get more into these mods as well, because evilcraft's the one I want to do quite a bit with it. Calculator, we'll get more into it. It's not a mod I'm crazy about, but... Okay, so it's crafting that part. And then we're going to need the Iron Promise Acceptor. That's just a whole bunch of blood. Then we can get our Promise of Tenacity. Our Empty Orb is easy, and then we have to get 3,500 blood. So basically, moral of the story is I'm going to need a lot more blood. There we go. The blood extractor's filled now. So I did take a little bit of damage because all the skeletons and stuff. So there is our bowl of promises. Okay, and then we need a block of iron. So let's get that. Oh, still a little bit of blood short. Because that bowl of promises, I forgot it took as much blood as it took. Okay, so 10,000 blood. There we go. Throw that block of iron in there, and I think, let me see something here. I think that's pretty much everything. Let me grab a spider eye. Alright, so iron promise acceptor. And then we'll do the bowl, the spider eye, the iron promise acceptor. And there's our promise of tenacity 1. Machine tier upgrade, also usable for lower tier recipes. Tank capacity ×2. Now one thing that we can use this for, oh, we get that back. That's awesome. I did not know that. We can take this and we can put it into the machine. And so then it will bump this buffer up to 20,000 instead of the 10,000. Is it crafting? Are you crafting? Yes, it's crafting. Just takes a while. It's a really, really slow recipe. Okay, so that, we do require the promise of tenacity 1 in order to get the blood orb that we're after. Okay, so now I just need a blaze rod. It's really all that I need. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pop into the nether. Now, we will be automating blazes before too long, but for right now, if I can just get my hands on a few of them, we'll be set. It's not really a big deal. Okay. There we go. These molten cores, I can turn them... Yeah, 2 of them makes 4 blaze rods. I would love to get, like, 1 more molten core. No, but I got a bunch of blaze rods. I'll take it. That's 4 blaze rods. I mean, that's plenty for right now. I will take this. Okay. I don't want to make the pigmen angry right now because they're horrible. Which I know that soul shards is in the pack, so what we're probably going to do is try to automate or set up a spawner with soul shards fairly soon. Is that thing still crafting? Oh my gosh, that is the slowest thing in the world to craft right there. Let me dump this inventory out. I've got all these bees on me because I'm working on some bee stuff. Alright, I'm going to put this molten core right up there. We'll go ahead and just grab one of these blaze rods. And a couple diamonds. And then what we can do is say diamond, diamond, blaze rod, and get ourselves a fire diamond. Alright, so fire diamond is done. And our blood orb is done. And then all we need is an apple and a nether brick to make restonia. So, I mean, really, we've got everything set up. I mean, it's not automated or anything like that, unfortunately, but we will get to that a little bit later on. But we do have the stuff that we need to actually craft the restonia. So, the last thing that I would like to do this episode, because like I said, next episode, we're going to be overhauling power in the base completely. Just complete new power setup. But what I would like to do today is, before we wrap up, is just get our empower, right? So the first thing that we are going to need is display stands. And I think altogether we're going to need 5 of these, right? Yep, it is used to make the empower. Okay, so... Oh, God. This is going to be expensive. Okay, so black quartz and restonia. That's not too bad. So let's get... I'll go ahead and just make another stack of restonia. I know I have some over there. It's not a lot. It's like a couple. We're going to need quite a bit of restonia though, so let's take this, drop it in. There we go. 64 restonia. And then we'll get that. I'm going to go ahead and just craft all of these up into basic coils. This is one of those things you can't really have too many of. And then advanced coils, these are rough. How many of these are we going to need altogether? Okay, so we're going to need 2, 7 altogether. Fun. Okay. So that's what, 56 gold? It's like all my gold. I was so excited because I'd made all that gold up, and then it's like, nope. All your gold is gone. Because for this display stand, for these advanced coils, we're going to need silky cloth. Each of these is string and gold. That's one at a time crafting right there. So this is probably the most painful thing I think I've crafted in this series yet. It is so much gold. Okay, so I've got the silky jewels. Next up, the advanced coils. That's not a problem. We just take our basic coils, Give them those silky cloths. And there we go. 7 advanced coils. Okay. And then we need aesthetic green blocks and aesthetic quartz. Aesthetic quartz is blocks of quartz. Altogether, we are going to need, 15? And I've got 10 blocks of quartz. And then what's the other thing? Aesthetic quartz and aesthetic green quartz is chiseled quartz. Okay. Okay, chiseled quartz blocks, and then we're going to need 4 more blocks of quartz. Okay. That's a lot of quartz, but I mean, honestly, quartz is so easy to get that it's not really a big deal. We'll just drop in. Getting a little bit of lag right now. I don't know why. I think I need to restart my internet, possibly. Alright, so there's our aesthetic quartz. And there's our green aesthetic quartz. And we'll get our 5 display stands. Okay, so that part's done. And then for the Empower itself. Okay, we need a restonia crystal. That's easy. Double battery, which is Inori crystals around an advanced coil with a single battery. Single batteries, restonia, and Inori crystals. Okay. So let me... How much Inori do we have currently? And I am going to need a couple restonia. I'll go ahead and grab that from here. Inori we have 6. I'll go ahead and grab 5 for right now. Let me go ahead and pull up the Empower. So the battery, there is our single battery. And then we just need 5 more Inori. I'm going to grab this stack of pulverized iron. I actually had just exactly a stack. I've noticed sometimes it's pulling the items out of this setup. It's just not all the time. Either that or it's just really slow about it. But it has recently, I will say the item ducts have recently, since the most recent update, they've started acting a little bit more correctly. So, you know, that's a big plus right there. Okay, and while that's crafting, okay, we're going to need iron plates as well. We're going to need 8 iron plates because we're going to need to make iron casings, impregnated sticks, black quartz, and sturdy casings. So tired of crafting sturdy casings. Let me go dump off these bees real quick because they're kind of killing my inventory space. Okay, so I've got the iron for the plates. I'm going to go ahead and throw that into here. There you go. And then, let's see, how much bronze? Do I even have any bronze? No, I don't have any bronze left. Okay, I'm going to need a bunch of bronze. So let me get, I'll take 48 copper, and then I'm going to take, there's 10. I'll just take 16 tin. And the nice thing about doing it with the dusts is they actually cook up fairly quickly. Now there is the fuel input machine, you know, we'll get that before long, but I'm just not too worried about it right this second. But like, because I've been making all this forestry stuff, so I have been just ripping through bronze, like so much. So I'm so tired of making bronze stuff. I need to just make like 10 or 15 of each of these like casings because we end up using these like so much. So the wood casings, there's 2 of those. Sturdy casings, there's 2 of those. Okay, now impregnated sticks, not a problem. I actually have those on hand. Black quartz, not a problem. And I got the iron plates running through. So the rest of this is all rather simple. I don't think I have any impregnated sticks over here, but I have them. I've been having those on hand because I've actually got black quartz. Because sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes I make chocolate frames to help the bees kind of breed a little bit quicker, like go through their lifespan a little bit quicker. So I tend to have these over here a bit. Those cashews are definitely where it's at for seed oil. I will say that. Alright, so 2 iron casings. And then we also need, oh yeah, 5 more Inori. I need to get those iron bees done because we're like numbing through some iron right now. And I'm trying to do my best to just not do very much alchemy at all. Not really because I don't like it, it's just because it's a little bit more fun to go with the bee route. And a little bit more involved. So there's our double battery. There is our Empower and our 4 display stands. Okay, that part is done. Yep. I'm so happy that it's done. Okay, so I'm not going to set this up just yet because I'm not 100% sure where I want to set this up, and we don't really have anything to do with it at the moment anyways. Next episode, we are going to deal with our power situation. So we're going to kind of overhaul power, and then probably at the end of the episode, we'll get our first empowered restonia crystal. Okay, I just want to get power situated because, like, if you take a look at the power consumption for, like, say, empowered blocks. Okay, empowered restonia is 500,000 RF. A block is 50 million RF. Okay, that way the power kind of offsets the fact that you're getting 9 times the items for 1 time the material cost, right? Power, it's not a big deal. I don't mind it, but I would like to get into power, and honestly, I think we'll probably... I'm not for sure. I'm not for sure what we're going to do for power just yet. I know some of the others on the server just went with a bunch of, like, windmills from Mechanism, that kind of thing. What is this? What's going on here? Ryan brought me a gift, I think. I think this is a gift. Yeah, he brought me a full set of Apiar's outfit. I'm going to throw this on. I don't do a whole lot of combat. Haha. And this, of course, keeps me safe from bees. Haha. And Ryan says, hello. That's awesome, because I know he got into gendustry and has been running the... I don't know what bees he's running for the Silky Propolis, but I know he's gotten some bees through gendustry for Silky Propolis. So, Silky Comb, actually, I guess tropical or any of these. I've got tropical bees, but I just don't have any of them growing because my area doesn't fit, you know, because I've got, like, extreme hills through here. Over there I have plains, and then right in here is a birch forest. So, but yeah, I'm not for sure if we're going to go... Probably immersive engineering for power, because immersive engineering added a ton of new multi-blocks. I love this outfit. It's so fitting, because, like, I'm over here just being it up all the time. But I think we'll probably maybe do a bit of immersive engineering, because there is some really cool power sources that have been added with immersive engineering. So I'm thinking about doing some of those new ones that are new to, I guess, 1.12 or 1.11 sometime since, you know, 1.10 they were added, so... I'm fairly certain it's 1.12, but we will start getting into those next episode and get our empower set up and get our first empowered stuff. Which that's going to be huge leaps and bounds forward, because once we get empowered Restonia, it's really, from that point on, I mean, it's just toss it in a calculator and get redstone ingots and you can make pistons. I mean, it's that simple, because the piston recipe is not really all that changed, minus that one part. Okay, because if you take a look here, it's wood planks, it's sturdy stone from quark, which is just stone and cobblestone to make sturdy stone, and then iron rod, which is just iron put together. Not too bad. So we'll get that next episode, maybe make our first piston, and then the world is open unto us, because then we can start other things. I will say that, like, at that point, once you get a piston, you could start AE2. Since we're going to do refined storage... to try it out at least. That's a little bit farther in, because I think it's the quartz enriched, right? Yeah, we need a chemical reactor for that, which is compressor. That's, we could make, well, we need a piston for the compressor. Yeah, so 2 pistons right there. We'll need, that's a little bit more osmium for this. 8 pieces of osmium right there. And then just Invar, and then this advanced electronic circuit, which is Electrum, and then empowered Restonia, empowered Pallies. So, I think empowered Pallies is pretty straightforward. Blue dye, which is wool through a crusher. It's not a big deal. Cobalt ingots, and actually, does it have to be magneticraft, or is that like the only cobalt? I don't know. I'll have to look into that. Oh, we're going to have to get into astral sorcery. Not too far, but that's not too bad. But and then yarn ball, which is super cheap. So we will have to get that, but that's fine. And then we can start refined storage. So maybe in the next, I don't know, 3 or 4 episodes, we can start refined storage, which is going to help us out a lot with expanding the base, automating the base, that kind of thing. So, but anyways, I'm going to end out this episode here. Next episode, we'll really get into the fun stuff that I'm really excited for, which is new power and stuff like that. So, I'm definitely looking forward to that. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay up to date with when new videos come out. Also, a really big thank you to Ryan. I know I told him thank you, but a big thank you to you, Ryan, for the apiaries outfit, because this will definitely come in handy. So I definitely appreciate it. So anyways, I hope to see you guys next time. Until then, as always, do take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time.